So we made it, guys. We made it to Joliet, Illinois, which is about 33 miles just outside Chicago. We didn't want to stay, not that we had a choice. There's not that many places to stay close to the city of Chicago, although I didn't want to stay there anyway because it's a very busy city. We just passed by there on the way here. Very busy, a lot of traffic, and it's a Sunday. But I didn't want to stay there, so we're in Joliet. I'll post the name of the resort that we're at right now. It is actually a membership campground. It's a private campground type of thing, but as long as you're a Good Sam member, they accept you. And we got a pretty good site. I can't complain. I'll show you guys a little bit about the park. It has everything here. It has actually live entertainment at night. It has bingo. It has putt-putt. It has everything, but we don't use any of those things. Sorry, I'm getting dragged along here by Mia. But it's got everything you could ask for. Fun for the kids. Pool. It has everything. But our main focus here, we're going to do a little exploring in downtown or the city of Chicago. And I don't know how we're going to get there. I don't want to drive down there with a dually. There are some options. I'll share those with you guys as the week progresses. So good morning. It is another day here in Joliet, Illinois, or / Chicago, Illinois. This morning, we're going to try and head into the city and see if we can do a little sightseeing. Myrna and I usually like to do our homework. We do a little bit of research on the towns, exactly what to do. And one of the things that we always take into account is, do we fit where we're going? Remember, we're traveling around the country in a fifth wheel, being pulled by a pretty big truck. My dually is pretty big. It doesn't just fit in any regular old parking lot. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a drive down there, and we're going to do a little sightseeing. The weather's kind of overcast. There is a percentage of rain expected, but we're going to go down there and check it out and see if we can find a place to park. If we do, then that's great. We'll plan for it for tomorrow to do it again, and we'll take advantage of it today, obviously. If we don't, I have a plan B. right, to quote Will Smith from the movie Bad Boys, Plan B. Plan B. We're going to Plan B. We just left Chicago. We did a little driving around. We visited a few points of interest, which I'll share with you guys. But downtown Chicago, or the touristy area of Chicago, which is the Michigan Avenue, the North and the South Michigan Avenue area, not very truck friendly. And might I add, neither are these streets in Chicago. I don't know if any of the officials in Chicago are listening up. Fix your highways, brother. But not very friendly, not very truck friendly. I mean, I found some parking kind of very, very far away from the main hub, and I don't know how that's going to play out tomorrow during a regular work day. So we're going to go to Plan B, and I'll share with you guys what Plan B is tomorrow. All right, so just like that, it is the next day, and Plan B was put into action this morning. As you can tell, we're in downtown Chicago. We're in front of the Willis Towers, getting ready to go up, I think, to check out the sky deck. We don't know just yet if we're going to have access to it or not. It's very cloudy, but we're here. Plan B was very simple. Just like we did in New Orleans at the beginning of season 2, we grabbed the Uber and came down here. And I'm glad we did. Number one, save on the wear and tear of the truck, save on fuel. The parking here is ridiculous. We've been here for a few minutes. There's nowhere to park, especially for a truck our size. But that's it. We're here. We're in downtown Chicago, and whatever we do today, we're going to share with you guys. All right, so as expected, Willis Tower, which has the sky deck, is a bust. We're not going to waste our time going there. They have different tickets for sale, and I'm not sure what the difference is, but it ranges from $30 to $49, according to what we were just told. The problem is you can't see anything. The building is so tall, and the clouds are so low that you're basically in the clouds. So we're going to postpone that for a little bit. Maybe later on in the afternoon, when the sun comes out a little bit, the clouds will go away, although I'm not pinning my hopes on it. But on to the next spot. All right, so no visit is complete to Chicago without coming to Buckingham Fountain. All right, if you follow the channel for any amount of time, you know that we did a little bit of exploring of Route 66 when we were out west. And you also know that Route 66 either begins or ends in California and Chicago. And here's a little bit of Route 66 right here. So this is part of Millennium Park, which also consists of what they call the Bean. We're gonna go check that out. All right, so this is another one of those iconic places here in Chicago that you cannot visit without coming by and checking it out. It is referred to as the Bean, but the actual name is All right, so what's going on, guys? Good afternoon. It is our last day here in Joliet/Chicago, Illinois. We have been here for 4 days, and we've had an absolute fantastic time. I am back at the campground. Today, we actually stepped out for a little bit, and we did a little exploring in the actual town of Joliet. Not a big, not anything worth videotaping or photographing to show you guys. Joliet does have a jail, has a prison where, if you guys remember the Blues Brothers, that's where it was filmed, but really nothing exciting. So I'm going to close out the video with a little bit of a summary on Chicago, the actual town of Chicago. Let me first tell you that when we were coming out here to Chicago, we were a little apprehensive about coming, which is why we booked a campground that was so far away from the city. We didn't really want to get caught up in the traffic and the madness around a big metropolitan city like Chicago. So that's why we booked out here. And to be perfectly honest with you, it's not like we had a choice. There isn't that many campgrounds around the city of Chicago, that you could camp at. So this one was probably a little further than we could have gotten a little closer, but this is the one we chose. It's not a bad place, as you can see behind me. But we stayed out here because we wanted to stay away from the city. Now, there is obviously a lot of negative stuff surrounding the city of Chicago with crime rates and stuff like that. And I'm not going to get into the politics. I'm not going to get into any of that kind of stuff. I will tell you this, facts are facts. So the reason people are apprehensive about Chicago is because of the facts that there's a high crime rate in Chicago. I mean, as a matter of fact, this past weekend, there was, and I'll show you guys a little post here of information, and no matter how much you want to point the fingers or point at them, point at these people, or this is the reason this is happening, whatever, I'm not going to get into that, but facts are facts. You can't dispute them. I mean, it is what it is, so that's why people are a little bit apprehensive about it. Now, having said that, let me give you our perspective on the city of Chicago and what we saw with our own two eyes. So the first day we drove around because we were looking for places to be able to park and stuff like that. And I showed you guys a little bit of footage of Michigan Avenue, which Michigan Avenue is their go-to place. They call it, there's a mile in there that's called the Magical Mile. So I showed you guys saw that earlier in the video. Beautiful place as far as stores and things to visit there. Very, very nice. We eventually got there yesterday and we did exploring on foot. Now, in order to be fair, I'm going to compare Chicago to other major cities that I have visited. Okay? The only one that I can really compare it to, I'm not going to compare it to Miami because I'm a little biased. So I'm going to compare it to New York. So Chicago, as far as New York, I think they got pretty beautiful skyline, just like New York. The downtown area is very similar to New York. However, in my opinion, and in Myrna's opinion, Chicago blows New York out of the water as far as cleanliness. The actual downtown area of Chicago is, in our opinion, super, super clean for being a metropolitan area. Okay? They've done a good job. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? They've done a really good job of keeping the city clean. As far as safety, I already showed you guys the facts of what occurred over the weekend. I felt extremely safe. Now, it may have a little bit to do with the city of Chicago having, I think they had a police officer or a two-man unit in just about every other block of the city, sitting in their cars with their lights, with their overheads on. You could see from one block to the next and see the next police car and the next police car and the next one. They had a great deal of police presence within the city. Now, having the background that I have, I know what they're doing. It's obvious. They are protecting the money, the infrastructure, the money-making part of Chicago. Now, does that mean that the outskirts of Chicago, that the suburbs of Chicago suffer because of that? Because all the resources are being used in the city? I don't know. It's speculatory. It's up to you to decide. Our opinion, we felt extremely safe in Chicago. We did have the opportunity to meet people in the city of Chicago. Extremely friendly people. I felt welcomed. I can't tell you anything other than that. I'd be lying. I'm gonna give you guys our facts, the facts that we saw, our opinions, the way we experienced them. So I felt safe, very clean, very pretty city, a lot to see. I can tell you this: we spent 2 days in the city of Chicago. Honestly, not enough. However, if you're a camper, okay, if you're not a camper, if you're coming to visit the city of Chicago and you're going to fly in, sky's the limit. You can do, I would recommend spend 4 or 5 days. If you could do a week, and you still won't see it all. If you're a camper, if you're an RVer, and you're driving a Class A and you're towing a regular sized car, no problem. You got it made. You can find parking. You can do just about anything you want. If you're driving a fifth wheel with a big truck, whether it be a single rear wheel or a dually like we have, Okay, good luck. Good luck. You're going to have a seriously hard time finding a place to park within the city, or I should say within the tourist area. I'm sure I could find parking, way outside in the outskirts of the city of Chicago, but then how do I get in? So that's my warning to those that are using a fifth wheel and using their trucks. Very difficult to park. If you stay in a place like Joliet, like is where we're at right now, be prepared to drive 1 hour. 1 hour to get into the city. Okay, so that's pretty bad. Now, a little bit more on the actual city of Chicago. They have an area called the Riverwalk. If you guys know from earlier videos of season number 2, we also visited San Antonio. San Antonio has a Riverwalk. In our opinion, again, just our opinion, night and day, Chicago's Riverwalk blows San Antonio's Riverwalk right out of the water. Again, it's just our opinion, and I'm sharing it with you guys. Much prettier, much more things to do, much more open, bigger, wider, cleaner. It is noticeably nicer area, in our opinion, than San Antonio's Riverwalk. Okay, San Antonio's Riverwalk is a man-made, tight area. The Chicago Riverwalk is actually the Chicago River that runs right through the middle of the city. Very pretty, very beautiful. One of Myrna's favorites. Okay, one of Myrna's favorites. So that's our opinion on comparing a major city to a major city as far as that attraction is concerned. The Riverwalk is concerned. What else? One of the other things. Okay, so here's another thing. Having or being from Florida, you know as well as I do that most downtown areas have a great deal of homeless population. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother video. It's a sad thing to see in this country that we have so many homeless people, but we're not going to discuss that right now. The only thing I'm going to discuss is how it affects the tourism in the area. San Antonio, New York, even Miami, the homeless population in the downtown areas and the metropolitan downtown areas is unbelievable. We were in Nashville, Tennessee last season. Unbelievable the amount of homeless people that migrate towards the downtown area. Chicago, the city of Chicago. Now, I will tell you this, to be fair, we weren't there at night. And we weren't there at night because they told us not to be there at night, even in the downtown area. But, that's neither here nor there. I heed the warning. I wasn't there at night. During the daytime, we were there 2 days, and in 2 days, I saw 2 homeless people. And even they were extremely polite, extremely nice. Not that I would expect anything less, but I only saw 2. I didn't see any homeless camps where, they usually end up, unfortunately and sadly, underneath bridges and stuff like that. I didn't see any of that. I'd be lying to you if I painted a negative picture about Chicago. We didn't see that at all. Now, the facts are that they had, if I'm not mistaken, 40 some odd shootings with I think 7 or 9 fatalities over the Labor Day weekend. That's incredible. That is just unfathomable. But it is what it is. The facts are the facts. We didn't see any of that. We didn't experience any of that. We only visited the actual city itself. The furthest we went from the outskirts was Soldier Field, and we did Wrigley Field, which was a little bit outside the main downtown area. But still, even then, I felt safe, and it looked really nice. So that's it. That's our take on Chicago. Again, just our opinion. If you feel that I've said something erroneous, please share it in the comments. Correct me. Like I said, it was just an opinion. It was our opinion on what we observed in Chicago. Tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow is move day. We are going to be packing up tomorrow and heading to a place called Shipshewana, Indiana. Now, the next 2 days, which we're only going to be there 2 nights, Shipshewana, Indiana is business, okay? If you're not familiar with the area, it's right between a town called Goshen and another part called Elkhart. Okay, these areas, or that part of the country, is where all the major construction, or all the companies that build these coaches, is located at. We are going to Shipshewana, and we're staying there 2 nights because we are taking our coach to a place called Affinity Coach or RV Repair, one of the best companies in the country, which is why we chose them. We have a few issues, but I'll share those with you tomorrow. So that's it. We're going to close out this video, but before we do, we're going to have to do a sticker because Illinois still remains in our map unfilled. Although we were here last year, we were only in Champaign, Illinois for 1 night. Okay, and because it was only 1 night, it did not meet our criteria for filling our map. But today, we're going to end this video with filling in the state of Illinois in our map. Let's get at it. All right, so here we go. It's time to fill in the map. Now, as you guys know, we were in Wisconsin before we got to Illinois. We were in Michigan. Those 2 states we had already traveled. So it's exciting that today we get to fill in another state. Let's do Illinois. Oh boy. There you have it. Illinois is a wrap.